Yeah, me know. This is Kia Bamba, so we run the whole of Switzerland and the whole of Europe, and we run the whole of etc, etc. You don't know, devil shaman says so, me I back them to the max. And it's like some idiot so want to stop them from get a piece of the pie. Oh, I'm told disrespect, could go and die. Yeah, me know. Kia Bamba, them up dubs, we play fast, I play slow, them up.
Welcome to Only Friends on a Power Day, your one-stop spot for all things snow, mountain, and travel. Get all you need to know about epic destinations, inspiring stories from local legends all around the globe, as well as creators, entrepreneurs, brands, owners. We are here to talk about what's hot, what's incoming, what's changing the game. Let's have fun doing it. Come along for the ride. Glassy, I had you here for a good stint. You came down, you flew down from drove in, I guess, to Canberra from Ulladulla and flew down on Wednesday, and I've got you here till tomorrow. And it's been awesome to have you here, mate. I haven't spent much time with you for the last
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missed you. And as I said in the last chat, I always enjoyed walking into the shop and living vicariously through you and listening to what you were attacking or what the snow was doing, and probably spent a bit more time talking to you because I really enjoyed it because we shared a similar passion there.
Someone had to enjoy it.
Yeah, I guess the reason why I brought you back in here for a secondary chat is because I believe your story and who you are and your affinity with like board riding is really interesting, and I thought it deserved another chat.
To that.
I guess like from Ulladulla, your dad and your brother shape boards, and you double around in that area as well, I guess.
Every now and then I'll shape one for myself.
I guess what I guess I find most interesting with you is that you have a real connection with your craft and the shape of it. And, as we touched on, much to discussed of a surfboard shaping family, you wrote a lid.
It was only discussed for a little while.
Yeah.
Once I proved my point, it was all right.
Yeah. So can you just just go a little bit deeper now that we've got you back on the couch solo into I guess you and family, and let's give you a bit more time to tell us.
Cool. Stoked to be back in.
Cute.
So, I guess where do we start? I guess start back to my father. He's a legendary surfboard shaper, Terry Glass from the South Coast, New South Wales, originally from Brizzy. And he lives on the South Coast with my mother and my brother. Brother's also a surfboard shaper. And his way of life growing up's quite similar to mine, except he was surfboarding in Canary Islands in early 86, being one of the first shapers over there. And he's originally, I reckon, one of the first asymmetrical surfboard shapers in the world. So he's always known different shapes, and he passed that down on to me and my brother. And doing that, he passed me a bodyboard. Stupid idea, Dad, because I liked the modern surfing for quite a while when I was growing up, and I got quite good. And then as I got older, things changed, different sports, different boards got under their feet. And in the early 20s, I picked up a snowboard for the first time. And it then actually brought back my love for surfboards and the shapes that Dad was shaping. And within the first year of snowboarding, I bought the K2 Cool Bean, which you may know, you may not. It's one of the early swallowtails. And I was ripping around Perisher on bulletproof days on this swallowtail, getting funny looks, people telling me to get off my powerboard. But all I wanted to do was be on unique shapes. And I guess from that, I ended up getting into the backcountry because the boards I wanted to ride, the terrain was out there and you could use the boards in a certain way that I was designed for, I thought. So I started snowshoeing a little bit just to get out to the little zones off the back of Perisher. And then I flew to Japan to work for Austin in Japan. And then it sparked a different journey for me. And that was all due to, I think, his guidance, which is pretty fun to say after working for him for so long. Say it to his face. He was able to make me focus more on scraping for a living worth living. So I was over there snowboarding my life out, or my little heart out, then got shown a couple of lines in the backcountry from a couple of the boys. And then from them, they told me I wasn't allowed to come until I'd done the ASD1. And I'd done that. And then I was like, all right, today's the day. We got 111s. We're all pretty confident it's going to be safe for your first time. Come up. And I got to stand at the top of the bowls in the Alpine in Hakuba. And it just looked like a big, long left-hand wave the whole way down. And I was on a Dupraz at the time, which another quite unique board for the little from the French Alps, I believe. Super fun, surfy shape, and then just being able to ride that in that quality snow, really, like kind of, I was getting flashbacks to surfing waves back home on a similar shaped board, and it was just the snow quality in Hakuba. There's got a certain density to it. It's not as good as Niseko. It's not as dry. It's workable. You can do some really nice turns in it, or send massive cliffs blindly like this guy with confidence that you're going to land with a little bit of cushion. Yeah, to say that.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you're not gonna, blindside yourself too much and have if the spot's right, have a massive trees to worry about, which really is the most important thing, I guess, to calculate when you're doing that kind of shit in the trees. Yeah, I think Hakuba has so much to offer, and you could be there forever and still never really touch the surface. You're never gonna, get every line that you want in the right condition. Explore half of it, because every time you go up a little bit higher, a little bit further, you
realize lines every time.
Yeah, and that there's all these little slight different aspects that you didn't really understand that existed, and then
some make that unrideable too.
Yeah,
make it dangerous to get out.
Yeah,
and all that. So your dream lines end up becoming so much dream lines anymore.
Yes, it's a definitely a special place, but a place that you need to respect. Further on that, big fella, like, I guess you weren't really into snowboarding until a later age, but obviously, like, board sports was, you're born and bred into that.
Yeah.
Like Hakuba, and then like going back to main range, like what really drove you to, I guess, continue on the board sports area and kind of take that a little bit more seriously than the rest of it, after, you know, surfing would have been a much easier path, I guess.
Would have been a much easier path. Probably cheaper too.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it would be that zone that Josh and the boys showed me would be what keeps taking me back there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name names where it is, sworn secrecy, but there's also places in Australia that I was able to splitboard out to that was pretty similar pitch, heaps more effort to get to. I really like bushwalking as well, and I find splitboarding is just bushwalking with a snowboard in the back.
And a reward after.
Yeah, not having to walk back down the hill. You can actually get to rip down, enjoy it with your mates, solo if you go to very safe spots. But yeah.
I think backcountry in Australia is, definitely underrated. There's a lot out there, and of course we have to be safe. But I think Australians don't realise that, because we've got so many high plains, actually apparently get more snow on the Australian Alps than like Sweden gets. No, sorry, Switzerland gets.
I heard it was just square meterage.
Yeah.
Of snow, not snowfall, lay of land of how much snow we get. It makes for some quite good traverses.
It's a good story, regardless, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, on that, I think there is a lot out there to explore, and I guess once you you start to build confidence overseas in bigger mountains with bigger consequence.
Yeah,
You,
definitely.
you come back home and you feel that there's no reason why you can't challenge yourself a little bit more
Yeah.
if you know do things right. I think that's something that you definitely jumped into.
Yeah. I kind of tried to hone my skills in much as possible riding wise and like training wise.
Yep.
I've done a few like guiding courses, wilderness first aid, AST, all the ASTs, and I've been doing a little bit of guiding as well with this journey into the backcountry.
Yep.
And going to pursue that a little bit. Definitely going to pursue the training more for that. The safety for myself and my friends in the mountain. And if more guiding work comes from that, I'll be stoked.
Yep.
Spending more time in the mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that also took you to New Zealand as well.
New Zealand and Canada as well. Done a few courses up in Rogers Pass with Sabrina Roida.
Yep.
She's a ripper guide. She's very knowledgeable and being around and knows her shit. Yeah, those mountains are scary over there.
Yeah.
And then also got to New Zealand last year with my boss, Dave Herring, and mentor, Chris Sinner.
Yeah.
They've shown me the ropes. Then he's shown me the ropes quite literally because he's a alpine guide. So he knows all his rope works, does a lot of climbing guiding as well. And then Dave was there, sort of mentoring us how to be a bit of a guide in bigger terrain and get comfortable in that sort of zone.
Good experience.
All great experiences.
Yeah. Did it really inspire you to want to push into other lines or bigger lines?
If anything, probably wanted to hold me back and rip power a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I seen the consequence and what could happen because shit was shedding everywhere in those of the glaciers because it was very late spring. I was like, realized I didn't have as much training as I wanted to be there. I was there to go on my own.
Yep.
So it's inspired me to stay a little bit low, learn some more, go back with hopefully Mikey and learn off him, someone that's actually been in those zones, and then go from there.
A little bit grounding, I guess.
Yes, it was very humbling.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, I guess, we are lucky in especially where we've been in Japan that we get those tree runs and stuff that, still quite dangerous at times, but they generally deliver a lot of snow on a regular basis.
Mhm.
And you're not going to get in too much trouble, hopefully, if you're with your mates and you've got your wits about you. But yeah, what else, mate? I'd love to touch a bit more on the affinity of your family and boards and shapes and some of your future ideas. I know that you really fell in love with snowboarding due to surfing the mountain, as you would say, and then it inspired you to play with shapes, and you'd love to do a movie, if you will, about shaping surfboards and snowboards in a similar way or to match conditions type thing. Tell us.
Yeah. So I've got a mate that Joel Hobson, he makes snow surf boards.
Yep.
I've helped him design a couple. He's really stepped up his game, making some really cool good looking boards and great riding boards too.
Yep.
And now that I've learned so much over the years riding so many different boards on X amount of days on them, getting to know them, I've got a little idea of a project to try and show the relationship between riders and shapers. Not so common in the surfboard industry, but on the snowboarding industry. Surfboarding industry, it's everywhere you see.
Yep.
But I feel there's something about riding a hand-shaped board that if you've gone and sat down with a shaper, spoken to them, they kind of get to know you. They know what riding you want to do, what the terrain or waves you're going to be riding. And then you get to have a board that's yours.
Yep.
And it's designed for you. But I don't think that board, you need one of them. You need a couple. Because I don't think any one board is a quiver killer.
Yeah.
Like I generally go to the mountain with 5 snowboards in the car.
Yeah.
And some days I will ride up to 4 of them. I'll go and swap bindings over or have them all mounted up, ready to go. Just some days you want to ride a fish in the morning. Snow gets a bit choppy and then you jump on a little bit more tail, a little bit more camber to get through the chop, or just go 10 feet further than everyone else and go crumb hunting and get the low-hanging fruit, the little extra power zones.
Yeah. You love it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's always shone through with you. And, as I mentioned, sneakingly asking if you could send a few extra boards over and things like that. And because I knew how much it would just make you happy and keep you on side, I never let you not get away with it, because I knew that was just passionate you were about it.
Yeah, I take a board or 2 over every year and I leave them over there, and I'm either going to have to buy a house there or get shipping container to get them all back in the end.
Build a house out of the older boards and a shelter. Yeah,
their artwork, they'll be on the wall. Yeah.
Oh, it's too funny. What else, Glassy? I guess what's next for you in board sports? Obviously going to go back to Hakuba again. You plan on spending time on the main range as always. I think hopefully you and Mikey can all go do a clubby mission in NZ maybe next winter. So let's put that on the cards. What else do you want to tick off the list, mate, in regards to not just snow sports but anything else in regards to board sports? I know you obviously love surfing, and it's been awesome to see you come down here and hang out in Torquay and show you a little bit around the traps.
Some lovely waves down here.
Yeah.
Especially for us small wave enthusiasts to get the longboards out.
It's been good to have a fellow small wave enthusiast with me here. So thanks for coming to hang out, mate. So what else do you want to tick off the Glassy list?
Ideally, I'd like to continue to try and get 100 days riding and 100 days surfing a year.
Yeah.
For the next couple of years. So got over 100 days in the last half of the season, and we have to get ready to strap in and start the season of splitboarding here in our zones. If I can, would like to tick off better top this season.
Yep.
Got a couple of boys on the ground down there that New Zealand for another heli trip with my buddies. They've all got money and they can make it happen. And other than that, it's back to Japan and maybe try and tackle line on Mount Goryu. I need to get Yagadake as well. So I feel like I'm going to be trying. Have another busy season once I'm back over there. Lots of snowboarding, lots of surfing, and just time in the bush. Feeling good.
Sick. Well, yeah, I guess I'm keen to join you on maybe the feather top and submissions in Hakuba, and when I get back there, whether it's this winter or the following, hopefully we can capture some more of that.
We'll be found mountains mid-August. Take a bit over a week off for my birthday every year just to go snowboarding. If I'm living in the resort or living on the coast, I take that week off.
Yep.
So, week worth celebrating, especially if there's snow.
Yeah, sick. But,
we can do that then, maybe.
Yeah. It's been awesome to have you down here in Torquay and show you around. And, yeah, I think some waves that tickled your fancy. And I'm off to the snow tomorrow. It sounds like the weather's coming in right now with
below 13 degrees, couldn't snow for you.
13 and raining in Melbourne generally means snow in the mountains. With 14, it's questionable. But thanks for coming down, Glassy. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you, brother. We will continue our chats soon. As always, stay frothy.
No, I will. Thanks, guys. Been unreal.
See you, legends.
A doublet and tune up a buy. Food fi feed them family, that's no lie. Any idiot little sound try fi test them a go die. Them not give up, look how long them a wait. A full time now, them fi get a slice of the cake. No sound fix because them bust through the gate. Through them play a good tune, and this a sound the people rate. Them we mash you up. All over the UK, America and JA. People want Kia Bamba in a die.